life. It starts with feeling lonely, then the thoughts of suicide. Sitting alone in this empty room, I cry, waiting for an angel to visit in the night. I pray and I pray, but the demons don't subside. I wake up in the morning, see my life through my new eyes. The vision is clear, I'm making all things right. Tighten the screws, cause last night I almost died. I'll see you in the morning, I'll say to you, come on, let's talk, just me and you. Something's going on, there's pain inside. We'll figure it out.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's Thirsty Thursday. Yes. I've already drank all my liquids this morning. That's good.
Working on my coffee.
Okay. I drink water in the morning. Stay hydrated.
I gotta get I gotta put some coffee and get that out of my I gotta quit drinking water so it's getting into my coffee system, you know.
Okay. All right, brother. Look, man, take care of yourself, man. You only got one body.
I don't know. I got enough for two.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hey, look, I hope y'all had a great night last night. Hope y'all tuned in last night to the show. If you did, I hope you saw the show yesterday. It was a great show. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest, and we're going to let her introduce herself. But first, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the news. Brother, you got any news?
Same old. Racism, sexism, white supremacy.
Yeah, that's every day.
So
Ladies and gentlemen, there is now a whistleblower that's ready to blow the whistle on Joe Biden.
Alrighty.
Yes, it seems like Joe likes to do deals with the Chinese. Yes, he was getting a lot of money under the table during his vice presidency with Barack Hussein Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and they're going to release the documents real soon. I can't wait to see the receipts.
Is it? Are you talking?
See the receipts.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about the guy from the IRS?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's somebody from the IRS that's coming out and releasing some stuff about the Bidens.
Well,
12 of the Biden family in on this.
I want to see it. All that Russia collusion under Trump. No. I want to see the Biden collusion.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can't wait to see the receipts. I can't wait. Then y'all can shut up about how bad Trump is and Trump doing deals with Russia and all that. I want to see the Biden family receipts. All of them.
Yeah, but with them, it's not a collusion, it's a collision.
Whatever it is, I want to see the receipts. America needs to see the receipts.
I'm ready.
Yes, indeed. But that's all I got. But that's all I got. That's the only thing I got from yesterday. That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. We have a Dr. Lynn Carey that's come on to the show. Dr. Lynn, will you please tell us where you're from, a little bit about yourself, and yeah, that's it.
Well, it's the irony is that you talked about the Biden crime family. I'm originally from Delaware, and I grew up. He was around all the time, and in fact, as a little girl, I would see him in the ice cream stores. No joke.
No joke.
Yeah. And
what's his favorite ice cream?
What's that?
What's his favorite ice cream?
I don't know.
Oh. Probably strawberry with sprinkles.
Yeah, there you go. So I had a chiropractic practice there for 18 years. I've learned about the medical corruption for the past 25 years. And then I educated myself on the financial corruption, understanding that the Federal Reserve is a criminal organization, it's enslaving the people. And then when they locked us up 3 years ago, I just started speaking up and realized I lost even more friends and people who I thought were rational, normal people. And I realized everybody was in a coma. But it kind of adds up, because when I started speaking up about the medical corruption and how we heal ourselves, a lot of people, 25 years ago, they didn't want to hear what I had to say. I realized they weren't, So watching this, what happened 3 years ago, it was just like, here we go again. And it kind of brought all the pieces together. I'm like, people are under a hypnosis, they're programmed. This is why people want to stay in that victim mode. And this is another opportunity. They think the government's helping them, protecting them. They got to be out of their freaking minds.
Right.
It's all about this.
Yep.
Yes, all day, every day. That dollar bill. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So where you originally from? You Delaware? You originally from Delaware?
Yep.
Okay. Question for you. Have you always been conservative?
No, I was always independent.
Okay.
Because I just knew.
When did the change happen?
What I knew is politics never made sense to me. When I discovered I can only follow something when it makes sense. So I knew once you hear truth, it's very simple. When I would watch politicians, I'm like, it's a circus. Like, I just felt like it was a show. I knew they were all lying. I figured the elections probably were never accurate, but I never understood the depth of corruption. I never went there in my mind, because I always felt like I had free choice to create my own life and to stay out of that system if I wanted to. Until they locked us up 3 years ago. That freaked me out. That I'm like, okay, you can't even escape to another country. This is the whole world.
Right.
So that's what made me kind of start speaking up. I switched over to Republican. Let's see, it was a year in last fall, because I thought I wanted to get involved in my local county, because I knew I was educating myself. I took a constitutional course. And I knew it was getting involved locally that we clean up the system. That's how we take our world back. That's the powers in the state. Right. And I never knew that either. But the thing is that we're such a two-party system that I figured the Republicans, there's corruption there too, but it was less corrupt. We could infiltrate that as America First and get involved in that side. Because if I went in as an independent, I had no power.
Right.
So.
Right.
And see, you can tell the Republicans that are, part of that corruption, because those are the ones that hate Trump.
Yep.
Yes. Trump was coming in to expose it.
I actually had an experience in Miami. I became a committee woman for my district. And I mean, I had friends. I thought the guy was my friend. We really helped the state go red, or not the state, the county go red, right? It was a very liberal county. But being part of our Republican executive committee, we wanted to know how many seats were open so we could recruit people, right, to come in. Well, the people who were establishment in there did not want to give us the list. This was an ongoing battle for months. So we asked to vote at the last meeting in March. And they actually got up and walked out, so we couldn't have a vote. And I didn't know what was happening. So when we were leaving, they closed the meeting. I went outside. They were all standing outside of the ballroom because they didn't want to vote. This is the Republicans. So you don't tell me. So I'm like, this is how it all works. You think they're your friends. They're doing something behind your back. They have an ulterior motive. They're not about the people. They're about power and their status and what they can do. And it's it was just unbelievable to be a part of and to witness, to see the corruption on the basic level. And this is how it goes all the way up. And for years, this has been going on. That's why it's taken so long to clean up.
Right. Yeah. Hey, brother, let me ask you a question, man. I don't know too much about your stance, man. How long have you been conservative, man?
Oh, man, for the last 28 years. I started out as a Democrat. That's what my dad was.
Okay.
And my dad was also very racist.
Don't feel bad.
But I thought that's what I was supposed to be, so that's the way I always voted.
Right.
And then about the time I hit 25, and I went to church and I got saved, and I started reading the Bible, and I was going, wait a second, the more biblical stuff was more in line of my real beliefs, and that's also what the Republican Party was all about. And so I was like, wait, I think I've been voting the wrong way all these years.
Right.
And so I changed and started voting Republican. Now it's I mean, I vote Republican because they're the lesser of the two evils.
Right, exactly.
But
right.
I mostly identify as conservative.
There you go. Well, for those that follow my channel, they already know how I get down. You know, I got a channel called Brandon's America on EO Entertainment, and we talk about America and the fucked up things that's going on in America and how we can clean it up and who we need to get rid of. That's what we do on Brandon's America. So they know that I am super duper conservative, probably too conservative, because there's a such thing. But yeah, man, be honest with you, I was nothing. I was a Republican. I was a Democrat. I was nothing. I didn't follow politics. I didn't care about politics. I just said what's going to happen is going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. So Obama got in office, and I was like, who is this black guy? Who is Obama? I never heard of him. I never seen him. I'm like, who is he? Why are we voting for him? Usually when people vote for presidents, we know who they are. Like, I know what that person is. I've seen that person before. But this guy came out of nowhere. And then I heard that he was from Chicago. And I was like, don't nothing good come out of Chicago. Nothing. Nothing but hot dogs
and Beetlejuice.
And cheesesteak.
And Beetlejuice.
Come out of Chicago. So he's going to become our president and run America? I was like, oh, no. I'm not doing it. I got bashed so bad. I was called a coon. I was called a traitor. I was called everything. I said, I'm not voting for this black man. And then I found out he's not really black. He's African. I was like, how did he run for president?
He's only, what, half?
No, he was born in Kenya.
Yeah, but his family is not 100% black.
His mother was white.
From what I heard, he was born in Kenya. His mama came out and said he was born in Kenya.
He was, but his family is not. One of them is black, and the other one I think is white or something like that.
Well, either way, I knew he came out of Chicago, and I know that Chicago was a piece of shit. That's what I knew. I was like, don't nothing good come out of Chicago. Chicago is still hell. So this guy's coming out of Chicago to come lead America. I was like, oh no, I can't do it. I can't vote for this. There's no way.
Look who they vote for mayor.
Right.
I mean, come on. You went from Beetlejuice to even worse.
How do you go to worse?
That's what I was like. How do you go? You can't be any worse than Lori Lighthead.
He's worse.
And that guy is worse. Crazy.
So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I did not vote for Obama. So, in case you didn't know, I did not vote for Obama. But you should know I didn't. You should already know that if you follow my channel.
Y'all realize the last time I voted Democrat, I voted for Bill Clinton?
You know, the first time I voted was when Trump ran for office.
Oh, my God.
So, Obama had me fooled. I voted for Obama. Even though I was probably the only thing I was voting for was president at the time, even though I thought it was kind of, I'm like, it's probably rigged, but I'll do my part, you know. But I was so over George Bush and 9/11 and all that happened. I knew something was bad there. I knew what was going on in Afghanistan was bad. And I actually read Obama's books. I was completely fooled. Like, I know the whole story's a lie now, but I thought this is about, he's for the people. You know, but the thing was, is I was raised Well, I wasn't raised anything. My mom was Democrat. I never really thought, I was just told Democrats were for the working class, which is what
That's what I was told.
Right. And I heard Republicans were for the rich. But as I got older and started understanding economics, I'm like, well, we should all be rich. Why aren't we all following the rules of the rich? Why are we paying the slave, you know what I mean? The middle class slave taxes, where the rich, you set up yourself differently to be rich. So that, I'm like, well, I agree with the rich part in capitalism. That's empowering people, but we should have an aspect of doing right for the people. You know, I was confused. I couldn't bridge the gap. So when Obama came in, I saw him as a good person.
Yeah,
and
I did.
But then in 2016, I voted for Trump because I knew Obama did nothing, and I thought we need a businessman in there. So I was still oblivious to the level of corruption, you know, but like you could think. When I saw this triggering other people, when I was voting for Trump, I didn't understand what was happening. So, but then I understand, once you understand the whole level of corruption, it all comes together.
Yeah.
I was in the facade too. I didn't understand it all.
I'll tell you what Obama did. Just about the time we were finally getting over racism, he invited it back, and now things got worse again.
That's
and
right.
It's been downhill ever since.
But see, that's their weapon. The racism is their weapon card because they want to divide us. This is how they divide us to conquer us with the racism. They want to label conservatives as racism, or we don't want to give, you know, everybody equal rights with the LGBTQ and the transgender issue. They're using that as a weapon. That's not what we say. They twist everything what we say, and these Paul Parrots who just watch the media spit it back. They're so stupid. But really, I think all of us want the same things, and they're using these cards to divide us.
Yeah, the whole thing is with especially the transgender movement that's going on. If you're an adult, you do whatever the hell you want to.
That's right.
I don't have to agree with your lifestyle for me to say you do what you want to do. The only thing we're saying is don't push this on the kids. They're in a confusing time in their life. You know, their hormones are changing, and you know, once girls were, you know, they were icky, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I would like to hang out with her.
Right.
And the same thing with girls. I mean, just about every one of our girls, they were tomboys at one time. They wanted to play baseball and football and all that, and then when they got into high school, all of a sudden it's you know, Dad, I think I want a dress instead of those jeans. And you know, they want to start putting on makeup and all this. They're just they're going through that change, and people are taking it to the extreme of, oh, well, my little girl likes to play baseball. She must want to be a boy,
right?
You know. And then you got
baseball.
You got a little boy that has 3 sisters, and most of the toys around are girl toys, and little boy picks up a girl toy to play with it. Oh, he must be right. Girl. I mean, come on.
I mean, I played with dolls too, but I broke them. I took the head off.
Attaching firecrackers to them.
It's bad. It is bad. It is bad. So yeah, man, I didn't vote for Obama. My parents, put it like this. No, my whole family is Democrat. I'm the only Republican in my whole family. The whole family tree is Democrat, except for me. So mind it. I went out. I joined a Republican. I went and I stomped with Trump. I went to all the rallies, all of them. I was at January 6th too. I was there. I had my flag, everything. It was peaceful.
You insurrectionist.
Yeah, and racist. I was called a white supremacist at January 6th.
I believe it.
I was like, huh? Can you see? Are you seeing color? I'm black. They called me a white supremacist.
Well, Joe Biden says you ain't black because you didn't vote for him.
I guess I'm not.
If that's not racist, I don't know what is.
It was wonderful. Everybody made it seem like black people didn't like Trump and black people didn't support Trump. I was like, there's a lot of black support for Trump.
Yep.
And there's even more now.
The word that's supporting Trump are white supremacists. I was like, they must not be seeing all of us out there, you know, trying to rally everybody up to vote for Trump. There's black people, there's Asians, there's Koreans. Everybody was out there to try to get America back to where it needs to be. But they didn't want to show us. They didn't want to show the black people. They didn't want to show the Mexicans. They didn't want to show the Koreans. They didn't want to show all of us that were out there. They kept the cameras off of us.
I went to a Trump rally. It was all kinds of people. It was the most electrifying night ever. It was amazing. It was peaceful. It was energetic. It was high vibration. It was incredible.
Yes, beautiful. I mean, I've met Diamond and Silk. Rest in peace, Diamond. I met Diamond and Silk. I've met Los Alexander that sang Let's Go Brandon. I met all of them, Candace Owens. I met all those people. And all those people are amazing, strong-minded, love America type of people. And that's what I'm about. I love America. I don't like seeing America go to trash. Yep. I can't even identify where I live at no more. Like, what is this?
Yeah. And the thing is with Republicans, we say, okay, so what if you're black? You're on the same level as we are. You should have the same opportunities and better yourself. But with the Democrats, they say, oh, you're black, you're oppressed. You can't make it without a little help. And I'm saying you can do it on your own. They're saying, oh no, you can't do it on your own. Somebody needs to put in a law that says we have to hire the black person first.
Right.
How does that make you feel equal?
It doesn't.
You're never going to feel equal.
Right. And I keep saying to my white friends, I'm like, when are you going to speak up? When are you going to speak up? Like, you don't feel proud about your white race? Don't white lives matter? Don't you got white pride?
I want one of them shirts that Kanye had that said white lives matter.
I was thinking that too.
Yes. I want to see y'all wearing your white pride shirt and your white lives matter. I want to see it. You know, the only thing that matters is black lives.
You know what people don't understand is that every problem that we have in this world right now is because we have too much government. They think we need more government to fix it, but they don't understand the government's causing the problems so they can come in to be bigger and cause more and to fix it. They cause the problem so they can fix it. And when you study the Constitution, it simplifies everything. If we got back to the Constitution, we'd probably get rid of 90% of the people in there, clean up the corruption. I'm not saying we wouldn't have issues, but it would be so much better. So.
Yes, indeed. Yes, they're in everything. But ladies and gentlemen, you've been hearing us rant about, Obama and Trump and all that. But we had a topic for today. Today's topic: are you ready for an all-woman-led government?
Oh.
Are you ready? Because I see it happening.
There has to be a representation of both sides, because you have people that are more based on feelings and others that are more about rationality. Okay. But you have to, it's just like a family. You need a mom and you need a dad.
Yeah.
So if it was just all male, I don't think that would be so great either. But all female, why?
I see us letting them take over. We're men are already failing as it is. We're already taking the back seat. I think I see the next 5 to 6 years, this is going to be an all-woman-led government.
Why do you say that?
I mean, for one, y'all are more clever than us. I think you're more smart than us. And you just seem like you have more cojones than men do. Women have more cojones.
I don't know. It takes a man to be a real woman nowadays.
I see it. I've been watching men these last couple years, and it seemed like we've just been letting it our power has been gone. It's gone. Men don't have any power anymore. I don't see it. Women are taking the lead when it comes to being a leader. Men aren't leading anymore.
You haven't been watching women's sports lately, have you?
Well, I don't know what's a woman, a man, or what. But either way, they're winning. Women are winning. I'm not scared to say it. Women are winning. Y'all are winning. And I see eventually in the next 5, 6 years, y'all will be leading this country.
It seems that the liberal woman is winning more often. The conservative, traditional woman is not so much winning. That's why they're finally trying to speak up.
Right.
I don't see that. I don't know. I don't see it that perspective. I just see we need people who are awake to step up. I don't see it as women more than men. I just feel like I'm just so happy when I find an awake person. I feel like they're family right away. I feel like, oh my God, because I'm living in the land of zombies. Especially when we first locked up, that was I was around all people who were asleep. It was the scariest feeling I ever. They were fine with putting on the masks and whatever they were and being everything closed up, and it was the worst feeling. I thought, oh my God, the next thing we're going to have is concentration camps, and they're going to go right in.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question. What is your view on men today? You think men are being are you feel that men still have power as much as they did before? Or you think they're taking a back seat?
I don't know. I just feel like it's either you're awake or you're not. I never saw it as men more or women. I see men stepping up too. Okay. In the work I was doing, I felt like there was just as many men as women speaking up. Okay. And doing the right thing. So I didn't get that impression.
Okay. Do you feel that women are on the same playing field as men?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, like I never felt. I don't know. I never thought about my gender. I'm just who I am. Like that's the whole thing. This whole gender thing. Like I'm just a person, and I feel like we're all equal. I never felt like, oh, I'm a woman. I have it harder, or I have this. I never felt like that.
But you're a victim, don't you know? Right. God, you can't be a real woman if you don't think you're a victim. God.
That's what they say, right? You need to go out there protesting about abortions and.
The thing is whoever is the most qualified should get the job. I don't care if you're male or female.
I don't even see that happening.
But you need a mixture of both when it comes to a governing body. Because as I said, it's just the same as a family. You need the male perspective, you need the female perspective. Otherwise, your child is. The statistics say you're not going to be so successful.
Right. So what do you think about abortion rights?
I was always about choice, but I was never about full. I mean, even from a medical perspective, I'm not for the medical field. I think they do a lot of things that harm the body, and I think they cause a lot of sickness, and I think they perpetuate disease. So if I look at what's natural to the body, I don't see a problem with making a choice in the early term abortion if it's not the right thing. Because personally, I mean, I believe in eternal life. So I don't think there's any death, and I don't know if it's really right to bring a child into the world I don't know what we're doing. To me, it's a lot of suffering. I had to figure out why I was here until I was 19. I was like, I don't know why I was born, so this sucks.
I hear you.
So I'm not about, when people get very high up on their horse about that, I'm like, we need a little more reason. But when we start getting into late-term abortion, I think it's dangerous to the mother, to the baby. And I know they're doing it for the trafficking, and they're selling organs, and it's a very corrupt system. They're pushing it because it's supporting their corruption. It's not about women's choice. But again, they've turned something into a very hot topic. And I'll tell you, there's people, the liberals, they're all about, they're taking away the women's rights. I'm like, you're so stupid. Like, you're still buying that garbage. Like, so now I'd rather see pro-life than what they're supporting is pro-choice. Exactly. It's not pro-choice. They're really doing harm. The majority of it is about the corruption. I don't think the government should be in our business, personally, about all that.
Right. Yeah, I think it's crazy. They're up there talking about late-term abortion. I'm like, it's a whole baby. And y'all talking about it's okay to abort at that time too? Oh no.
I don't know.
It's part of they're selling organs and body parts. They're taking baby. I mean, it's part of the human trafficking, and they're sacrificing and all this satanic crap. That's what it's a part of.
At that point, you're a murderer. At that point, in my eyes, you're a murderer. At that point,
agreed.
The whole baby. You just a whole baby, and you talking about I don't want it no more.
I still think murder is murder. I don't care what. I'm just saying. I don't care what stage you're in. Murder is murder. Right. But do you think 20 years old is too late for having an abortion?
I mean, that's what they say. They say, "Hey, we're gonna make her feel real comfortable and put her to sleep."
I'm just saying. I got some kids in there that are, you think it's too late if I have them aborted?
I want to do a grown abortion. I want to do it my 21-year-old. Just make them comfortable, okay? I don't want to make it too hard. It's crazy.
We need another
I can't even believe
Kevorkian.
have these conversations.
Yeah, but here's the perspective. I think because we're living in such an unnatural world, like because it takes so much to bring a child into the world today, because of how unnatural our economy is and the way it's set up, that you have to work 3 jobs to support yourself, and now the baby, who's going to take care of the baby? It's too expensive. All this stuff is because we're living in an unnatural society. If we got rid of this other crap, I think the abortion issue would go away. We would be living more in alignment. I mean, people even getting pregnant unnaturally, we're so disconnected from ourselves. Do you know what I'm saying? I think there's a bigger issue at hand. If we were really coming back to our aligned nature, we wouldn't even be having this topic. Right. But we're living in such a crazy society that now we have to choose if, we need to keep this baby or not. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a bigger thing at play.
Right.
The way the world is now, and as much as I love my children, I wished I'd never brought kids into this world in the first place.
Yes, I'm right there with you, brother. Right there.
I'm like, if the things are this bad now,
what's it gonna look like?
What's going to happen when I pass away? And who knows? I might live another 20, 30 years. What's it going to be like for my kids and my grandkids? I feel for them. I wished I'd never had kids.
Right.
I should have got snipped. Man. I should have got snipped the day I started getting boners.
Right, man. It's sad, man. It's like you got to raise your children like ahead. Like I got to tell my 5-year-old about sex and transgenders and all that, because if I don't, they're going to tell them.
Yeah.
It's like it shouldn't be like this. I ain't learned about sex until I was like middle school.
Not myself.
But now I got to tell my son in preschool about sex. What? Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, we got to do better. And one more, another question for you. What do you think about equal pay? Are women getting equally paid? Equal pay. The women always talking about they're not getting paid as much as men. Pay's not the same. They're getting treated in the workforce. What are your thoughts on that?
I never experienced that either. I've always been an entrepreneur, so I've always been trying to create my own economy.
Oh, and there you go. You're not out here getting beat up by men.
No, I mean, it's just I never felt that either. It was equal, but it was me against me in a sense, because I knew I had stuff I had to clear in here. It's not been easy for me. The financial freedom piece has been my probably greatest teaching journey, because I have so many limiting beliefs and it goes against everything I was raised.
Wow.
Even the worthiness, you're supposed to suffer to be worthy and all this crap. And it's been one of the hardest things for me to clear, but I've never felt like I was looking for equal pay. I was looking for, how do I create my own economy where I'm not affected by this craziness? I want to be financially free, where I'm not worried about the money. And that's a whole nother set of skills that I didn't learn in school. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad when I got out in practice for the first time, and I realized I knew nothing at all, like the financial education. So I just went on a journey. I started teaching myself. And it's not easy because nobody around me knew what I was talking about. Even my accountant. Like, and I couldn't believe it. Like banker, like I thought banker, isn't this funny? I sound so stupid. But when I was first out of college at 23, I thought the bankers knew about money.
Oh, right. They don't know nothing.
They know nothing. They don't know about money. The brokers, the stockbrokers don't know about money. The accountants don't know about money. I'm like, my God, this is me trying. When you're trying to decipher the health field, like you realize the medical people don't know anything about health. I'm like, oh my God, all the money people don't know anything about money. Do you see how we've been living in an upside down reality? It's all an illusion.
Right, it's bad. It's
so, I mean, by the time you find the answer, it took me years. And I made 1,000 mistakes in the meantime. So,
hey, well, at least you caught on and figured out yourself.
And the thing is it's against the law to discriminate as far as pay goes, and they don't add in the actual facts that they put everything together and say, oh well, women are making less money. Well, that's because women are also taking time off for having children
exactly.
and stuff like that. They're also not as willing to work as many hours as men do. They're also not taking some of the jobs that men take that are higher paying jobs. They want to factor it all together, and you can't do that.
Right. Right.
It's another narrative to make women feel that they're suppressed. It's the whole, it's the race card. It's the same crap.
Mm-hmm.
What gets me is when I would work at certain jobs that a woman would be in charge. It was almost you had to reassure her that she was in charge, because she was being fed this whole you're a victim, and you're a woman, so you can't do the job that a man can do.
Right.
It's like, you're my boss. You tell me what you want me to do, and I will do it. If there's a problem, we can talk about it, but you're in charge. And she was almost reluctant to be in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're supposed to be teaching our women today, our little girls and our women?
Mm-hmm. It's a mess. We have a lot of mess. That's all I can say. A lot of mess.
I could understand a woman feeling that way when I first got in the workforce, but you're talking the 1980s. Okay, so things were a lot different back then.
Right.
Men were still not really ready to give up that power yet. But we're in the 21st century now.
Right.
I feel like we are more on an even, or we were on a more even line, and now it's who can out victim the next person.
It's more like a who can out hustle the most. And I think we're getting out hustled.
Well, we're either going to be equal or we're not.
Yeah.
And the problem is you got people that they don't want equality, they want superiority.
Well, see, the thing is with us men, we're scared to tell women what they can do, what they can't do, and that's why the out hustling is happening. Like for instance, I can't say, "Hey, you can't do that," or you're not capable of doing that. It's like I'm being sexist. I'm being the one that's being toxic masculinity. I express too much toxic masculinity when I'm telling women what she can and can't do, and I can do this better, or whatever. That's why they'll hustle us, because they go and do it. We say they can't do it, and they go do it. Like, I told you I could do it, and look, I did it. And you sit there and you're like, damn, she did it.
That's funny.
Yes, we are being out hustled, outsmarted when we tell y'all that we can do this, we can do that, but we don't do it, and y'all go do it. And you all go do it. And that's how we get out hustled, outsmarted, and that's what's happening. And I see it. I see it every day. I see it every day.
Well, society is...
Yeah, go on, brother.
I'm going to say society is making it impossible to speak the truth anymore.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, you can't say nothing. You got to be quiet. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. So if I was to say, men are going to outperform most women in sports, well, all of a sudden social media is going to come down on me and attack me, even though it's biologically true.
Right.
I mean, it just is.
I realized everything that if I really want to share myself on social media, I think I'd be banned every day. Like I start thinking, like, if I want to share health, I'm going to get banned. If I want to share freedom, I'm going to get banned. If I want to talk about money, I'm going to get banned. Like, and the worst part is now I'm even feeling when I meet people in person, how am I going to say this? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm still coming up to people wearing masks, and I try to keep a straight face to be kind. Like I can't even look at them that they're wearing a mask. We're living in a clown show. This is insane.
Yes. Yes. My neighbor's still out here. They be driving around with a mask on. I'm like, you're in the car by yourself.
Yeah. Why? And then the social distancing. Think about the social distancing. Okay, come on. If you were to cough or sneeze in the air, those particles are in the air for 6 hours.
Yes.
So
and the mask and stuff that we're wearing weren't even protecting us.
It's not. Even those what the whatever they were called. What were those?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they were. It was
they
paper.
Still
you put paper on your face. You think that's gonna work?
They still did not have the capacity to block those particles from getting in, even though they were high quality masks.
Right.
You know, my son and I will be out, and he's like, "Oh, I have to cough or I have to sneeze." You know, he's like, "I feel like people are looking at me," and we start laughing like, "COVID." You know, like we just make a joke because you can't even cough, like you know, like you're dying because you feel
nothing. Like you couldn't even scratch you.
Like nothing normal going on.
Oh, if we were waiting in line, I'd like, hey, let's start coughing, and then we get everybody to move. I think I got COVID. Everybody's moving out of the way.
And they probably wanted to kick you out the store too. They're like, get out. Oh man. Oh. But we're still in masks, ladies and gentlemen. Some of us still in masks. Yes.
I know.
It's sad.
We'll
never get rid of mask all the way. Never.
Wow. I just don't even know what level of what is going on in there that you're still wearing a mask. I don't like that. To me, I can't even comprehend it. It's so you have to be so far gone in your mind. I don't even know what this. I'm speechless.
Right. I'm at the point. I was at the point like, look, if I'm going to die, I'm just going to die. Look, if God said I'm going to die, I'm going to die. I'm not worried about no COVID. I'm not worried about no hepatitis, none of that. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die.
Look, as a chiropractor, we learned the germ theory is not true. The reason you stay healthy is because you're exposed to all kinds of germs. That's how your immune system stays healthy and functions. Like you're touching and exposed to bacteria in the air and everything. Yes. It's all energy. Like it's just there's an in and out. Like you're breathing. Mm-hmm. That's how it's. Our bodies are full of bacteria and germ. I mean, and it's around us. That's just part of life.
Right.
So for you to be a germ phobe, like you lost your mind. You can't.
Right. Exactly. Yep, it's sad. There's another thing that's going on right now that's hot topic. Child support. What do you think about child support? You think child support is fair?
Again, I don't. I mean, I was not living with my son's father, and I never asked for child support. I didn't want it. I create my own economy.
Okay. Wow.
And it never occurred to me that I should even get that. I just want to be financially independent. That's been my whole thing. I think everybody should be financially independent. I think it's another victim mode.
Okay. Yep. Huh. Yeah, I agree. Let me put it like this. I would say that men that want to be active in their children, in their children's lives, shouldn't be on it. Like if this man wants to be in their children's lives, they want to see their child every day. They still feed them, clothe them, and stuff like that. Right. No. But if that father isn't doing none of that, then yes.
But I guess I feel like that's just the natural way. It's just a natural interaction. I don't know. I don't even look at my child as an expense. Do you know what I'm saying? He's just part of me. I just did what I had to do. I'm not saying it all worked out perfectly, but I never had that point. You know?
Huh. Okay. Yeah. So that's another huge topic that's going on right now. I mean, men are paying. Well, I'm gonna say all. There are some men that pay outrageous amounts. I call it life support instead of child support. Life support. And there's men in court right now. Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden trying to get his child support reduced from I think 5,000 from 20,000 to 5,000 a month.
I just saw that yesterday. I didn't realize he had that just came out of nowhere too. There's all kinds of things coming up for them, isn't there?
Yep. Yeah, and the Bidens won't even acknowledge that kid as part of the family. So
wow.
But you picked the woman. He picked the woman he had a baby with.
Mm-hmm. She happened to be a hooker, but
right. Face up to your mistakes. Yes, but you did, sir. You went and got a prostitute and had a baby with a prostitute. That's what it is. And you should be giving more than $20,000, sir. You got a whole bunch of money. You got Chinese funds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey. He's got our money. They're just spending it. It's insane. I mean, we have legalized criminal behavior. How are these people still in power? They are legal criminals. Like this, I mean, do you know what I mean? Like they're actually doing criminal behavior, and we just allow it to be okay. It's so unbelievable. And I think about, like you were talking opens with the Russian hoax. I'm like, the abuser always projects what they're doing. So they put all that on Trump to make him look like he's the bigot. He had, Russian collusion, all this stuff, when they were doing it all, because they like distract. So you don't see what they're doing that they've been doing for years. Oh, it makes me so mad. The whole thing.
Yes, it's a mess. It is a mess.
I see we got some comments.
Yeah. It was a bunch of them. I put up the ones that I could make that made sense to me. But either way, man, I Hig, appreciate you tuning in. I think I'm saying it right. If I'm not saying it right,
Muhammad Ali.
But anyway, I appreciate you tuning into the show, brother. Appreciate you. Our money situation. The money is, there's no value in our money anymore. What do you think about that?
There's no what?
Our money. We're just printing it out like it's toilet paper.
I don't know how this can keep going. I got caught in the real estate because I was trying to make myself financially free. I got to write a second book about all my financial shenanigans.
Oh.
I had rental properties, and I went down with the ship when the market crashed in 2007 and 8, right? And I knew what I didn't understand was the economy. Like, I'm like, how come I didn't know the market was high? I always thought real estate always kind of kept its value or went up.
Right.
So I started understanding. It took me years, to probably another 8 years, to figure out, gold and silver. They took us off gold, the dollar, so there's no, and they keep printing money. Yes. So that's why we have inflation. And I'm like, I don't know how. I keep waiting for a crash, but they keep propping it up. And I don't know how this is going to come down. Like, we can't go on like this forever.
No.
So I don't know how it's going to crash. Like, I follow the Dollar Vigilante. I subscribe to them to learn real economics, because I started to understand that Ron Paul was talking about we got to get rid of the Federal Reserve to get back to true currency, to true money. And I understood that. And these guys talk about, what's the word? True capital. That's not the word. I'm blanking out. About having a real economy, real capitalism. A real currency. And so I don't know when it's going to shift. I keep thinking it's got to burst again. Like what happened, it's going to be worse than 2008 unless we're just going to transition over, if they're really going to take into a real economy again, if we really have good people trying to do something. I question everything at this point, because I don't know. It's taken forever if something's going to shift. But the money is bad. Like it's really an enslavement system, and it takes a lot of work to keep your money because of inflation and taxes. Like you have to create these tax shelters in order to, it's just insane.
Right.
You can't. I don't know how. I can't believe it. It's still being propped up right now. I thought when some of the banks had the collapse, right, when they went under, but then nothing happened yet. Like it's just waiting. I feel like I'm just waiting, but it's been years now. I keep thinking something should have happened.
Right.
Look at what Germany did during World War II. They did the exact same thing. They kept printing the money, the money. It finally got to the point where they literally would have to have a wheelbarrow full of money just to buy a loaf of bread.
Wow. They
printed so much money that people were literally wallpapering their houses with it.
Yep.
They collapsed.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, look how long it took them to recover.
A long time.
It's going to happen to us if we keep doing what we're doing.
I know. I keep thinking, how are we going to transition this, or what's going to happen? Like, it's like this big avalanche is following us around, and we don't know when it's going to burst. That's how I feel. And it's just crazy. I can't believe, I don't know, I guess we were so snowed. I just can't believe we let this happen to our money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe we've been years, like my whole lifetime, it's been a corrupt money system, and they made it so hard for us to get money, and they teach us the opposite way of actually, they teach us how to be poor, not rich. And I just can't believe that this has been normal for so long.
Right. We got Jamil Peterson in the room. Yep. He says, "I'm all about who's going to help the people, no matter whether it's a man or woman." Hey, I don't care who helps us either. It could be a transgender.
I agree.
As long as he's free and can help us, I'm all for it.
Me too.
It don't matter. It could be an alien. Whoever can come down and help us and free us from this chaos, I'm all for it.
Please.
E.T. phone us home.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Peters, for joining the show, man. Appreciate you. Anyway, what else we got going on? Oh,
that's another. We gotta
talk about this. They're talking about ending Section 8.
Really? No more Section 8 housing?
Yes. They're talking about ending Section 8. What do you think about that? No more assisted housing.
Yeah, I think we should get rid of all that. They don't understand it. We need to get rid of. If we cleaned up the government intervention, nobody would need Section 8. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're creating systems. They say they're creating the reason we need Section 8.
Right. Yeah. Really? I think that came out day before yesterday. I was reading about it. They're talking about or not ending it, but not funding it as much. So when you don't fund it as much, what does that mean? What are you doing to the people that you call yourselves helping?
I don't know. I
don't know. They have been incentivizing to be a fatherless home.
Right. You
not bettering yourself.
Reached out and said, "I'm going to help you find housing. Help you with your food, your vouchers, and all that." And you turn around and say, "Oh, I'm not going to give you as much anymore."
Well, they give you
living off of this. I mean, there's people that I get. There's also people that can't go out and work anymore. So you need housing. They're disabled or whatever. You're going to hurt a lot of people. A lot. If this does happen, a lot of people will get hurt from this.
Yeah, but if you think about it, they make it to where you got enough money to live under a roof. May not be the best in the world, but they give you that. They make sure that you have just enough food to feed your family and to keep the lights on and all that stuff, right? So I'm just saying hypothetically, let's just say it was $1,000 a month to live, so that you were guaranteed that much and you would be able to live fairly comfortably.
Right.
But if you got off your butt and went and got a job, let's say you could make you $2,000 a month and you would live extravagantly.
Right.
But most people are like, I'll just settle and I'll live in this, rundown housing project. And, as long as
you got a roof on your head.
Yeah, I can stay home and not incentivize myself at all.
Right.
I can just stay at home and watch TV and the government pay for everything instead of going out and getting a job and better myself.
Right. Like I said, I don't have a problem helping people that need it.
I don't either.
But I know. But if I see that you can work and you're not doing it, I feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta go up and get up and get washed up and put on my clothes and go to work. Why can't you? Why am I helping you when you got the same? You can do the same thing I'm doing.
It should be a temporary thing, not a permanent thing.
Everybody needs help once in a while, but the problem is that it keeps people not helping themselves. It doesn't really help them. It doesn't empower them.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say, even the things that they're telling you empowers you kind of keeps you enslaved. Like, I don't know. I still don't think we're teaching people the right things.
Right. Let me read some of these comments. So Jamil Peterson said they've been denying my Section 8 every single day.
Oh, Jamil said he's going to move into my closet.
Yeah, he said, tell Kyle about moving his closet.
I'll make some room for you, brother.
Yeah, he gotta get all this kids stuff out the closet. He got a lot of kids stuff in here. Yeah, I don't know. Kyle's a big Kiss fan if he didn't tell you that.
No, my whole room is decorated with Kiss.
Yeah, brother, you ain't asked to move in my closet. I guess you know there's no room in there for you. Oh man, but yeah, it's getting bad, man. It's getting bad. What do you got going on? Any future engagements going on with you?
Who, for me?
Yeah, yeah, Dr. Lynn. Yeah, any future engagement, anything big going on in the next couple days, weeks?
Nothing? No, nothing exciting to tell.
Okay. All right. Oh Lord, no, he didn't. He just said, see. So he said, "I want to spoon with you, Kyle."
I love you too, Jamil.
I don't think his wife would like that too much.
He could be on one side, she can be on the other.
He's open-minded.
Oh man, Jamil Peters is a comedian. In case you didn't know, he has his own channel. He does a bunch of stuff. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, Jamil, for coming in, man. Appreciate you, brother.
He's our other brother.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
from a totally different mother.
Yes, indeed. So, Dr. Lynn, please let people know how they get it. Reach out to you. What platforms you on?
So I have a YouTube channel that I put some videos up. I'm not very regular. I don't do guests and all that. I just share some of my stories on there. But I have a website. It's called creatingmydesiredlife.com, and you can email me a question, get on my mailing list, or you can find my book there too.
Awesome. And what's the name of the book?
My Journey to Grace.
Journey to Grace. All right. Awesome.
Okay. Let her kind of tell exactly what she does, so people.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yes, please do.
Oh, I was a chiropractor for 18 years in Delaware. And then what I saw was what was keeping people sick was not enough time, not enough money, not having purpose, not having true passion in their life, not having time to heal, like really to take care of themselves properly, not doing what insurance tells you to do. Right. So I'm big in helping people with getting into their lifestyle. Like the subtitle of my book is Shattering Mainstream Illusions and Creating My Desired Life, because I wanted to share with people how I lived outside the mainstream system.
Gotcha.
And but I help people if they want to do like healthy habits coaching, or even to create another stream of income, like a business mentorship. I have that too. So
awesome. So I'm guessing your book is on Amazon, right?
It's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Yep, and on my website.
All right.
Yep. And you can go to the Vibes Broadcast YouTube channel, and you can catch my interview with her. And also I have the links in the description to make it easy for folks to find her. So it was a great interview, and I know people really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Kyle's a great guy, man. Great guy.
We had fun.
Awesome.
It's unfair to Midland.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning into the show. Thank you, Ali Higg. Thank you, Jamil Peterson. Thanks for everybody else that tuned in. Great show. Thank you, Dr. Lynn, for coming on the show. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Conversation. Had a great time. Love to have you back again, though.
I want to come back. I had fun with you guys. This was awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
See, I told you you'd like her.
What's that, brother?
I told you you'd like her.
Oh, yes, of course. Energy was great. I love energy. Energy.
Yeah, I felt this. We're on the same vibe. All of us.
Yes. If you don't got energy, you can't be on this show. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much. We will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central Time. And guess what? Tomorrow, you already know what's coming on tomorrow.
Nico!
Mr. Masculinity himself, Mr. Nico Lagan. Ladies and gentlemen, if your man is lacking in masculinity, tomorrow you need to tell him to come check him out. If your children want to learn how to be men, have them check him out. I'm still learning about my masculinity, and he's been on the show with us a few times now, and I'm still learning that I need to be more of a man. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central Time, Mr. Nico Lagan will be on here. You can check him out on YouTube, Instagram. I think he's on TikTok too, I think. But anyway, you can check him out tomorrow here at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. Central Time and get some masculinity in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful show. Brother, you got any closing words?
Man, I'll tell you what, I've had some great interviews lately. Got the one I did with Reggie Hendricks, who's cousin to Jimi Hendrix. I encourage people to check that out. Check out his music. He's got a new version of Hey Joe that should be mixed here pretty soon. It's going to be released to help the veterans. And also I've got another interview that I did with Mike Passaggio, who's with a prog rock group called Kinetic Element. That man is in his 70s and he never gave up. The band seems to be growing in attraction, and I encourage people to check that one out. Check out his links. Check out the band's music. If you like stuff like Yes and Kansas, you'll love this group. I don't know how they're not mainstream by now because they're that good.
Wow.
Got you. All right. So he got some big things coming on. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, make sure you don't subscribe to my brother from another mother, the Coyote himself, Bob's Broadcast. Great content, life coaches. Dr. Lynn Carey, she's on the channel. You know what I'm saying? He's got it all: music, comedy, paranormal activity. If you like that kind of stuff, he got it. That's the channel to go to. Also, check out Nico Lagon. And also, please go support, buy the book. Dr. Lynn Carey, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on today. Thank you so much.
I loved it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all like a fat boy love cake. Yes. And I'm going to go eat some breakfast. I had water this morning. I'm going to eat some breakfast and get my day started. But we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time or 8 a.m. Central Time with Mr. Masculinity, Nico Lagon. Until tomorrow, take care of yourself, take care of your kids, love yourself, love your kids, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Take the time, I'll see you in the morning, I'll say to you, come on, let's talk, just me and you. Something's going on, there's pain inside. We'll figure it out, we'll take the time. My heart feels light, I know that I'm okay. Then I realize that nothing hasn't changed. The weight of the world was tearing up my life. Now it's making sense that it's all in my mind. I'll see you in the morning, I'll say to you, come on, let's talk, just me and you. Something's going on, there's pain inside. We'll figure it out, we'll take the time.